Hey everybody, it's Epilepsyblogger, Amanda Kraswanski. I wanted to do a really quick video about some ways to help you control your seizures. Sometimes when you feel a seizure coming on, you begin to panic and immediately, you start breathing really hard, you freak out, your brain, and that doesn't help. And I have a couple tips for you to help you stop a seizure ahead of time. One tip is to work on your breathing method and your breathing methods. And one thing that works very well, and it has worked very well for me, and I stand by this 110%. I don't know if there's a name for it, but it's basically just slowing your breathing down and relaxing. And what I do is especially for those of you who have warning signs, those of you who have auras, so to speak, when you can tell if a seizure is coming, go and sit down against a wall. What I do is I go and sit down against the wall and I just close my eyes. Closing the eyes is basically blocking your brain off from all the stimulus around you, so the light, the sound, anything that may be moving, TV screens, everything. I cover my ears and I plug them so I can't hear anything. That's also other types of stimulus. And I just slowly breathe in my nose and out my mouth, in my nose and out my mouth, and I continue that until the seizure has stopped. And then I lay down and I call for help. Well, I do call for help before, but my parents usually know if I say "Mom" really loud, they know to come get me. So I don't have to do it too much. But don't hesitate to call for help, but don't panic. And then my next step, which should have been the first step, was not to panic. Panicking, puts your whole body in a different state. Your heart starts beating faster. Your brain totally changes. I mean, everything you do affects your brain in some sort of way. So you really want to try to calm yourself as much as possible. And you're probably sitting there thinking, it is 100% impossible to calm myself during a seizure. Yes, it's hard. It is very hard. But I can tell you, as someone who has hundreds of them a day, often they're severe, but I look at them now as not severe. But they are severe, in a lot of people's eyes. So for someone who has hundreds of them a day, at times, who's able to say that there is a way not to panic, you really need to take my word for it, and you really need to. It's hard, and it may take you years, but get over the fear factor of seizures and know that everything's going to be okay. Close your eyes and just let yourself know that someone is going to take care of you. And it's hard, maybe you're living on your own, but all you gotta do is dial 911, put the phone down, and just breathe, and they'll be there. We've accidentally dialed 911 and they come anyways, even if you don't say anything, so don't worry. And and if you live at home and you have a caretaker and you call their name and you tell them, "Come here, I'm having a seizure," they're going to be there. So just close your eyes and let yourself know that everything's going to be okay. And take care of yourself as much as possible. It's hard to think when you're having a seizure. It is really hard, so you can't just say, you can't just take care of yourself, so to speak, but there is a way to, I guess, calm yourself down. Sorry, my head is really itchy. I used a new shampoo. Another thing you can do is try to, and this is for the people who have time to think. Some people just drop to the floor. So this is for the people who have time to think, but if you have those 30 seconds like I do before the seizure kicks in, make sure you're laying down or sitting against the wall. Laying down is best. I always sit against the wall like this, but that's probably not the best thing to do. But you could lay your head, and you want to remember the position. I can't do it right now, obviously, but the position that you're supposed to be in, that you're supposed to put someone in if they're having a seizure. Try to get yourself in that position ahead of time, so that if someone comes to take care of you, you're already safe and you're in that position. That's a good thing to do. And make sure there's no sharp objects around you. I just push everything away immediately. Like, cell phone, whatever it is, I just throw it. I don't care what it is, I throw it, and I get it out of my area because I don't want to be hurt. And if there's anything soft, I pull it near me. But you want to keep it away from your face. I'll pull it near my, like, maybe my chest or my back, so I don't, because I have the bad, my camera's shaking a lot, sorry. I have the bad habit of just, like, knocking my shoulders and my arms into the wall. I have really weird seizures. A lot of people have their arms out in front of them like this, and sometimes I just start going like this and weird stuff like that, and end up with some bloody knuckles. So I do have to take good care of myself. But it's all about calming yourself down if you can, and even in the event that you are not having a seizure, but you feel like I'll have those days where I kind of feel out of it, and I'll have weird memories running through my head, and I'll say, why am I thinking about that? And that can actually be your brain pulling memories, because your brain, everything's intertwined in there. Everything's intertwined. And when you're having a seizure, basically your neurons are firing at a rate that is not normal. So your brain's working in an abnormal way, and you could be thinking of abnormal things. You could feel kind of out of it. You could feel really hyped up. I noticed those signs after using a seizure diary. You might want to see my seizure diary video, that might help you. But after using my seizure diary, I started to notice the signs. So when I notice them, I start to use these tips ahead of time. So if I say, man, I am just having the weirdest lightheaded feeling in my head, and I'm thinking of some weird things right now, I better go lay down. I start my breathing, my slow breathing, and it calms me down. I clear off my bed, no pillow, and I just lay on my bed. And I let my mom know, or my dad, or whoever's home, or I'll give them a call really quickly if they're not here. I'll turn off the TV, turn off the radio, turn off the lights, everything, any stimulus whatsoever. Lights, the dog is barking, and I have the time, I will put him outside, to calm your brain of any outside stimulus. You want to just cut it out. That'll help your brain calm down. So I hope these tips are a little bit helpful. I will keep doing videos with more and more tips as I go on. I'm trying to keep the videos short because I do not have a very good camera or a very good microphone, and after a few minutes it starts to just kind of like short out. So that's why my videos are so short, but I do hope this was helpful. And I will put some links in the description that may be helpful as well. Alright, God bless everybody. Bye.